It's time for me to show you an update on the orchard. I haven't done that since August. If you want to know how it was before, go check out that video, or I'll link it up here. And I haven't pruned the trees. I'm waiting for the leaves to drop so that I can see how far I have to prune the trees. So that's going to be within the next month or so, so stay tuned for that. And let's just get started. I forgot to mention, we already had 2 frost days, December 1st and I think about 5 days ago. The lowest the temperature drop was 30 degrees Fahrenheit. So it didn't do too much damage, but I did neglect my mango trees. Yeah. Lesson learned. But anyways, let's get started. There's my grapefruit. I still have my 3 grapefruits and they're going. I'm not sure if I'm going to let it bear fruit next year because I need this tree to grow. Since my tangerine is getting pretty tall and fluffy, these 2 are not, so I'm just gonna let them grow instead of bearing any fruit. This is my orange. It's got 2 oranges, but that's another thing, is I'm not sure. I think it had an issue because the fruit seems to have a little damage there. Over here is my star as usual on my citrus side. Look at all my tangerines, and we've already started to eat them. I think we've harvested about 4 or 5 of them already, and it's still full. Let me get you a close-up here, and so you can see the size of these tangerines. We're gonna harvest this one right now because I think it is ready. Yeah. Can I juggle? Alright, let's do this real quick. Oh, so you can see the peel just comes off real easily. And it smells so good. Alright, let's try this. They're so ready. This is so worth it. Just wanted to show you what it looked like up close. Very nice and juicy. Alright, let's move on. Blood orange is doing well. We've got 2 and I can't wait to try those. I hope that they ripen up soon. The mandarin just didn't do well, I don't think. I don't think it's going to come back. But I do notice that there is some growth here. I'll take that off. So we might keep it, we might not. I think that story continues, but we'll see. Avocado tree is still there, hanging on. I think it's doing okay. It actually survived the first frost with no cover, which I was super surprised. But I'm afraid over here. So the mango. I honestly did forget that the mango was sensitive to frost. The citrus is as well, but last year they did well in this area, so I didn't cover them, and I didn't think that I still had to worry about the mangoes. So it definitely looks like fall here, and these are not supposed to be like this. So I did kill the leaves. It's pretty bad. The bottom seems to be okay, but it was torturous for the tree, so I feel really bad. This one on the other hand is not as bad. You can see where the frost pretty much laid and everything else is protected. See, they're just coming off. Oh my goodness. Yeah. So yeah, lesson learned there. Take care of your mango trees. Don't do what I did. That one. Ugh, looks pretty sad. So I waited almost 2 years for this new addition, and I'm excited to show you what it is. I got my swing. You guys, I've been waiting for this forever. Basically, when I designed that concrete area, because that corner seems to be pushed out further than the rest of the backyard, so when I designed that curve, I knew that I wanted a swing right there. So that was in January of last year, and I'm in love with this swing. So let me show you real quick who it's from. They are made of repurposed wood, and they're really, really good made swings. They even have a cup holder, and I think it holds about 2,000 pounds. And did you like I added the rosemaries on the side? I'll show you. So for that purpose, this fig tree did get chopped a little bit right there, and we are going to prune them pretty soon. They just finished losing all of their leaves. Sorry, the sun is in the way, but the moment that the leaves receive any frost, they're pretty much gone. So these are very sensitive to the frost, but we still have some new growth in here, which is kind of crazy. These are gonna get pruned back pretty good. I don't want them to be this tall, and they receive a lot of growth within 1 year, so they're gonna get cut back pretty well. You see the size of the trunks? They're pretty large trees with only 2 years on the ground. It's not bad at all. This one was much smaller when I purchased it, so it is a smaller fig tree, and it's got these weird curvatures, which is different. I'm also going to hold it back because it is hitting the fence, and it's kind of growing that way. It still has a lot of figs. They haven't fallen. Most of them have fallen. They're not ripening anymore. These are my favorite. This is the brown turkey fig. Excuse, there's mess there. But you see how it's just leaning that way, so I'm going to adjust it come spring, and I'm also going to adjust this one as well. See how they're all leaning, so I need to get some stronger supports. These are not holding them anymore. They're pretty large trees, and they grew really tall. Those are one of the trees that I recommend anyone to get. This year they gave me so much fruit ever since late July until last month. So all the way through November I was able to harvest fruit from those trees. So highly recommend for you to get some figs. You will get fruit right away. And now we're coming behind the swing, and these are all my apple trees. I've got one pear. They are starting to lose their leaves. They still have a lot of them. They're not as bare as the other ones. And the cherry trees, they're also holding on to their leaves still. So if we come over on this side, the plums have already lost all of their leaves. They are pretty bare. And the apricots are getting there. They're not as empty as the plums. This is where you will see how I've been pruning the trees. Basically, I only want the trees to fruit up until the fence line, and then they can grow taller than the fence, but I'm not going to really worry about the fruit at the top, if there's any. But really, I want to be able to reach the fruit that is here. I'm hoping that I don't have to use a ladder. I don't know if you remember. If you don't, go back to my other videos, but I've pruned the trees starting from the waist up. So basically the trunk is only waist high, and then the canopy grows after that. So hopefully that keeps them short. Some of these branches are tall, which I'll show you right now, and I'm okay with that for next year. So you see the apricot, that one just kind of went super tall there. We're gonna get rid of that, but I do want the rest of the tree to grow that tall next year because I want to be able to have that privacy along the fence. The peaches and nectarines were the first one to lose their leaves, and they are actually the first ones to start blooming. This is an easy way to show you the waist height on the trunk on all of the trees. Now this one is my pomegranates. They have decided to keep their leaves longer. Last year they turned color really pretty, and this year they sort of look different. They're starting to yellow, but not fully. Not all of the trees yellowing, and I think that might be the one tree on this side. Over here on this other side we still have a lot of green, So I'm not sure if it's gonna lose its leaves anytime soon, possibly in the next month. And this one's Parfianca, and this one is Eversweet. And then coming over here, we've got my other citrus. We got the lemon and the lime. The lemon struggled a bit. I think it's coming back. I need to prune it pretty heavily, but I'm not gonna do it in the winter yet. I do have quite a few lemons that are growing. Some of these are really big. Like, look at this size. It is ginormous. And I've got a couple. This is a new one that's growing. Some over there, a couple there. It still bears some fruit, and it's the first year that it is bearing fruit. This has been in this pot since last year, so it's pretty young, and I just noticed that it's starting to bloom, and it's my favorite to bloom because the blooms actually are very fragrant. It smells really good. Now the lime has been my overachiever. It's actually blooming again, so it bloomed probably 3 times this year. And looks like I might be bearing some more fruit already. This is the best smell, especially as you walk into the vegetable garden. And I still have some fruit. See, I got some limes in here, and they are delicious. Oh, look at those. I didn't notice those, and I've got one over here. Oh my gosh, these were hiding. I just harvested this one. I had no idea I was gonna harvest the lime, but it looks like a lemon now. Oh, it smells so good. That's it. I wanted you to see how things were going. I didn't really have to water this year much. Fertilizing is basically it. Outside of that, the trees pretty much have done their own thing. I have treated them for some pests every now and then, but really it was just kind of to treat everything. It wasn't specifically on one thing, and so it's not bad at all. I really encourage you to have something in your backyard that would give you some fruit. It's the best health insurance that you can give yourself, and it's really low maintenance. I think it is one of those things where either you get a normal tree or you get a fruiting tree. I think you should go with the fruiting tree. There goes my dog. And if you want a tree that's always going to be green, which is an evergreen, I would say go with citrus. And here in Texas, the tangerine has done the best, so maybe that's an option for you. Lemon and lime, those have been doing really good too. Well, that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed this. So stay tuned for next month, January. I'll be doing all the winter pruning, and you'll see pretty much how far I'm gonna prune them back so that we can get a vigorous growth come spring. So stay tuned, and thank you for watching. The backyard order. Sure am gonna finish this.